Okay, I'm going to start on time. Anybody who joins after, I guess, I am recording this just, I guess, for people who want to watch it again later, because sometimes I go a little quick. I'm going to start from the beginning and share my screen with real time. You guys might have Uvision or whatever, but for me, it's called Real Time Architect. So the first thing you want to do is set up your terrain, or get your settings set up for your page setup. So make sure that you got all your stuff properly done in here, your drawing size and your scale, your property size, all that kind of stuff. Once you have that done, then you go to import your, you can import your CAD drawing. And I've got a CAD drawing, like a base for that that house that I showed you guys. So I'm going to import that. And then once I have that in here, it's got to be the proper size. Make sure that your scale is proper. All right. So the way that I do that is I've got a scale on my drawing already. And I'm going to make sure that this is actually 10 meters when it comes to checking out the scale on the actual 3D as well as with the 2D. So I already know what this has got to be. So I'm just going to throw that in there right now for time purposes. And you're going to see that the scale is 28 to 38. So 28 to 38, that's 10 meters. So we know that that's what we got to work with. I don't know if you guys all have the house in front of you or not, but I'm going to go. This is usually, for me, it's a very quick process. But I also understand that you guys, some of you might be having trouble with some of the details. I'm just trying to figure out here how you guys, like, if you have a question or whatever, how you guys can contact me, because I've actually muted you guys all, just because it's a little easier to concentrate when there's no background noise and whatnot. But if you guys want to send me a text or whatever, you could do so on chat, I guess, if you need to. Otherwise, we'll just kind of just follow along. Okay. All right. So we're going to start off with the house itself. This one is actually fairly straightforward. I know that a lot of cases, you guys might have to deal with things like different roof lines and whatnot, and this one is a little bit. So because we do touch on it a little bit, and it's kind of nice that you guys can see that as well. So I'm just going to draw the base of the house. And this house is kind of nice because there's a couple different levels. This is a chimney. Okay, we don't need to add the chimney into the base of the original house first. So here we have the model, or the outside of the house here. We're going to touch on a couple things. One is the roof line, because we got to edit the roof line. So we're going to end up doing something like this here, that sort of thing. But we'll get into that. So the first thing that we got to do is we're going to create different layers of the house. And if I look at the sharing here, so if you look at this house here, we see that we have two different like front faces of the house. So we got some stone here. We got just some plaster on the outside on this side here, and then we also have this section here. So we're going to create this portion of the house first. And then we're going to create this little lip as well because it's just detail. And then we're going to create this as well. We're going to add this this portion onto the house as well. How do I keep, Stefan asks, how do I keep the house square itself? So when I'm drawing, and if you click on shift, when you're pulling your house along, that's usually what you guys need to hold down when you're taking the size of your house or whatever, and you want to go straight across. Just hit the shift button and it'll hold straight. All right, where was I? Yeah. So if you, I'm going to go back to the house here, and then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take the roof line now, and I'm going to take the roof pitch, and I'm going to make it disappear. And then I'm going to bring the wall height to just roughly. I mean, you guys, you know, like you don't have to be 100% exact when it comes to. I mean, if this is 6'4" or 6'2", it really doesn't matter. What you're trying to show is the artist's conception of what the house actually is. So I'm going to take that, and we're going to add some brick to the front face of it. I don't know if you guys have this option or not in your program, but I've got a nice option here that I can swing to if I want to just pick out a certain color brick or whatever. And I'm going to pick out something that's relatively close to what the house is, because you want to be relatively close to what they have existing. You don't want to bring in a different color and whatnot. So here we can edit the color and whatnot. We're going to do that by making it a little bit more, I guess, grayer in tones. So just so that we're a little bit more close to what the client has, and you can change the size of the stone and whatnot. So by doing that, we're getting pretty close to what the actual color of the house itself is. And now we're gonna do something that I guess a lot of people just aren't really aware of. So what you want to do is now you're going to copy and paste this piece, copy and paste it in place, and we're going to raise it above the elevation. We're going to keep the roof pitch the same. It's just going to be a flat piece of house, but it's going to be identical to what we have existing. So I'm going to bring this down to, I'm going to say, there's something too that you guys might want to know is when you go to setting, I draw in a lot in metric, but if you want to switch over to English, you can do that as well. And English is basically just, standard 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 feet, whatever. So I'm gonna create that lip on the house that I talked about. So you got that little center cement thing, cement rim that goes all the way around the house. I'm guessing that that's going to be around 3 inches high. So I'm going to bring that down, change the, I'm going to change it to concrete because that's what it is. And I'm just going to pull that kind of, so now we have this is concrete, and we're going to have to edit it a little bit because it sticks out from the regular. So if you pull 2 points, like color, have 2 points red like this. So look at what happens. I don't know if not everybody knows this, but if you pull 2 points like that, then you can pull that out like that, and it pulls it across all the way. It's not like you got to pull this point and then try to match it with this point. That's a real pain in the ass. So I would, just bring this out like that, a little bit like that. I'm not too worried about the back of the house. I'm not going to detail that too much because that's not part of my design on this for this client. So I'm just going to detail the front, okay? And that way you guys can kind of play with it as well. So now we've edited the points to what I want, and I'm going to bring this back down onto the house elevation itself. So make sure that you're accurate, okay? Because you want to kind of be the same. Now we're going to take the next section, and we're going to copy again and paste it in place, and we're going to bring that also up. And now we're going to take that and we're going to add the stucco to it. Let's see. So we're going to try to get as close as possible to, again, what the house color is. And you got different tones to pick from, which is kind of nice. I think their tone is a little bit kind of on the grayish side, like that. And you can, again, play with the, edit the color and the brightness and whatnot just by saturation. And, you know, you can bring the tones in and out a little bit, see what happens when you do that. So anyways, I'm just going to leave it the way it is right now, just because we don't have a lot of time. And then I'm going to bring that down onto the foundation. And again, try to be accurate. Okay, now here's a little detail that you might want to touch on. So if you want to pick up this outside rim here, or ledge here, you see that we have the roof on there. You want to go to concrete as well. So we'll get a couple late joiners. All right, so you want to make that concrete as well, just so that, you know, when you're taking a picture of the house that you're not looking at, oh shoot, I forgot to put some concrete on there and it looks like the roof tile. You don't want that. So now you've got the house is starting to come to place pretty good. We got the roof. We're going to pull the roof on that section now. So you're going to grab that section. Don't grab this one here. Grab the top section, and we're going to do the roof pitch. We're going to create the roof pitch on there. Don't worry about this detail yet. It's not a big deal. We're going to create the outside of the house as close to what they have as possible. So anyway, right now what we need to do is we need to pull in that, create another little house here, and we're going to do this section. So you want to go to plan view, which is probably the best view, and then you're going to go in. We're going to create this. Doesn't really matter how far back we go, so just so that we can see the measurement, we're going to go 1010, and we're going to go 810 there, 1010. So now we've got this. And looking at the picture of the house again, we know that the roof line is higher than what the existing one is, because it's so we're going to create that difference in height. And then we got to play with this roof line a little bit just to kind of make it match, because we don't want to have this kind of a look. So we're going to create, we're going to edit the points on this here just to pull this roof line into that one, like that. Okay. So. It looks like they get a metal roof, so I'm going to change the roof on that portion. And we're going to go to metal, and we pick this one here. So, and again, you can change the size. So they have quite a large metal metal size on the pitch there. So I don't know if you guys got the house in front of you or not, if you can see that, but so basically, yeah, we got to bring this one up a little bit higher by the looks of it. Probably have like a 6-foot section wall on this side. So bring this one up. It's getting pretty close. You're going to add this section here as well. So you're going to pick the house section and slide this over, and you go from here to here. Modify that roof there so that it, again, that it slides into that. Edit these points, bring this in so that that fits nicely in there. And then we're going to get rid of the walls. So the wall height disappears, and we're going to bring this up as an elevation so that we just have that roof line that ties in to the side of the house here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just to make sure that we're get rid of edit points so that you can adjust it. And again, put the elevation to the same height so that we're nice and tight in here. And then we got some pillars that we need to do. And usually what I do with pillars is I'll use the modeling tools. So you can go like that. And we're gonna, here's a little trick you guys, I don't know if you guys know or not, but you can grab this and just go copy, and then you can go like that and paste it. So now you get the same color if you change the shade and all that kind of stuff. So you get the same color, you get the same facing as what you do with the house to match the house. And then we're going to give this some height. And then we're going to copy and paste this. And I'll show you why I'm going to do it this way. So copy, paste in place. And then I'm going to bring it down a little bit. And then I'm going to create the height that I want. And I want to do this in basically in 6x6. So we're going to go 6 inches. And 6 inches. You don't have to find the center point. You don't have to try to find, where exactly is the center point. You don't have to get 2 different pieces. You can just use that and then just change that piece itself. We're going to go with deck fence. We'll just something cedar looking like. Wood 44 is usually my go-to. And there we got your pillars. And we have 3 of them, so we're just going to grab all 3 of these, copy, paste in place, and then slide it over using, hold down the shift key, copy, paste in place again, hold down the shift key, and then just slide it over to wherever it is supposed to be on your design. Okay, we got a little bit of a thing that we have to deal with here on the front porch. So we're going to eliminate the wall height on that, and then we're just going to bring this up to this point here. If you guys look at the picture of the house, you'll see that these pillars and whatnot are the same for the front porch. So I'm just going to copy and paste these in place as well, like that. And copy and paste again. And we've got a raised area here that we have to deal with. So there's 2 ways you can do that. I kind of like using the deck tool for that. So if we go to using the deck, The only thing is that with the deck tool, you have to really be careful, because watch what happens if I just go like this. 6 foot, it's 10. If I go like that, it's going to make a liar out of me. Oh, no, it doesn't. No. See, what happens here is the pillars are now sitting on top of the deck. So if you really, there's again, there's two ways you can deal with that too. One is you can take this, the pillars itself, group these, grab both sections, and you can, I'm trying to group them, but it's not working. So it's not allowing me to group it for whatever reason. Anyways, so you can take this now and you can bring this down so that you're back at ground level. You're gonna have to lower this as well, which really doesn't matter, but it's just a detail you got to work out. So there we go. We're going to take the deck and we're going to get rid of, I have different custom styles. So you can create a custom style deck once you build a deck and you have your preferred railing to go to and all that kind of stuff. You can you know, save it as a custom style, so you don't have to keep going back to your favorite styles all the time. So anyways, I have one that's already with flagstone and whatnot. So, you know, it can be, you can use it as a raised concrete deck or porch or whatever. And then I'm gonna customize it by toggling railings. But see, you might want to keep this railing. I don't know. I'm gonna just eliminate it right now. And now it's easy to also put a set of stairs in there, right? So you can just take the set of stairs. Again, it's gonna match what you have there. So now all of a sudden you got concrete stairs. And it's gonna save you guys a lot of time by doing it this way. So you're gonna center it there. You can change the stairs to whatever you want. You know, if you want to have just concrete, you can just go concrete, just make changes along here. And then if you want to add the railing or not on the right or left, this particular house that I'm doing doesn't have one, although I am gonna recommend one. And you can also change the tread, of course. You know, you guys know that, I think, right? So you can change it to 1 foot, which is pretty standard. So now we're really starting to get to the look of the house itself. And we're gonna add windows where we need to add windows, and we're gonna, you know, add a different roof line. So if you like see this roof line here, this is not normal or not proper anyway. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this top section of the house, and we're gonna copy and paste it again. And then we're gonna just raise that out of the way so that we can see what we're working with here. And we're gonna add up points. We wanna get rid of this here, get rid of that there. So that looks a lot better. We're gonna get rid of the wall height. Okay, there's no wall height now. And we're just gonna drop that back down. And now we got a nice clean roof line. Just make sure that it's all in line with what you have on the existing one there, like that. And now you got nice clean lines there. Doesn't matter. You got this indent here, which is part of the house, and you can work with that. Now this has to be wood. The one thing that this stupid Zoom thing is that we got a half an hour normally. Okay, I just want to give you guys a heads up. We normally have a half an hour for a Zoom meeting. If this ends up running over, I am recording. Like I said, I am recording this, so I will be putting it on my website later on for you guys to view. And I don't know, maybe send me a request and I'll send it over before I get my website up. What I'm doing with the website is basically everything for Uvision. So I've got all my library stuff from the last 20 years is going to be put up on on this website, and that's everything from containers and pots to boats and windows and you name it. There's pergolas. I've got decks and all that kind of stuff. It's all going to be on the website, so you guys can download that stuff and add it to your libraries. But in the meantime, if I don't get this done before the Zoom meeting ends, I'm going to continue recording this, and then I will make sure that you guys get a copy of it. Okay, so going to Windows. I have custom everything. So again, you can create your own custom windows. I don't know if you know that or not, but you can create your own custom windows. And then once you create a custom window, it's easy to pull from that. Because the stuff that Uvision gives you doesn't really give you stuff that's really modern. I think most of you guys know that now. So I'm going to take this one here, for example. I'm going to put it there. And see, it's trying to line itself up on the wrong face. It doesn't really matter. Just give it the elevation that you want, and change the size of the window to whatever works. Now, if you want to be accurate, let's go inside the house here. And you can see, right? You can see that now where the windows have to be. So just gotta pull myself up a little bit. So this is where the window is actually right now. So I'm going to bring it down, right? And you can see where the window is supposed to be, and according to the drawing itself, right? Because this is where it is on the 2D. So the window is 2'6" or 2'8" in reality. So I'm going to take that, copy and paste it, and slide it over to the other window that's also 2.8, which is right here. And this way, you're going to be very accurate when it comes to the final look of your client's design. Again, I'm not going to do that one anymore. But so now you got these two. You can select the two. There's two ways of doing that. One is you can just grab one and then hit the L button, and it'll pick up everything that's identical to that. All right. So if you got that, you want to now raise it to, yeah, see, that didn't work. Oh, look at that. I just got a gift from Zoom. Running out of time. We've removed the 40-minute time limit on your group meeting. Love it. So we can keep going then. All right. So you're going to bring this one up as well, like that. And again, I don't know if you guys are looking at the house, the picture of the house, but now you can see that the windows are in line with what's existing. And now we have another one that we got to put in on the far side here, which is more like, pick something that's relatively close to what we have, just so that I don't have to build a new window for this occasion. So we're going to do that. Pick this one is pretty close. So I'm going to bring that down to where it should be. And we have two of those. So again, I'm going to go into the house itself and try to line it up with where it is there. You can also, if you want to be really accurate, you can bring it down to the design level itself. You know, the width is right there. So, and then I'm going to copy and paste that. And go back outside and we'll bring them up to where they should be. Then we got two basement windows. I'm going to add those two. So select that section And we'll add a couple of basement windows. And again, if you want to, you know, well, we can go back down into ground level there on the inside and have a look to see exactly where that basement window is. So I don't know if you guys do that on your designs, but when I do field work, then I usually measure out where the basement windows are and where the regular windows are on the house, just so that I can be accurate when it comes to the design. So if you look at this section here, this is my measurement for the upper windows, and then I have ground level window. I don't know if you can read that, but it doesn't really matter. But this is where the ground level window is, and that's good for accuracy when it comes to, you know, where your window wells have to be, or where, you know, you might have a downspout or whatever coming out. So anyways, we're gonna bring the width of the ground level windows maybe a little bit wider, 4'6". Oops. There we go. So we got a ground level window there. Looking at the picture, that's way too high. So I'm going to sorry, Ashlyn, I didn't see your question. In the past, I've had these where the windows won't stretch to the bottom of the house, so on a concrete and stone. Anyway, to do that and also have a 2-inch ledge cut out in that spot only. Well, I'll have a look and see what I'm doing here, and then we'll see if I answer your question or not. Because if you look at this window, I have I created like a window already, which has a 2-inch ledge. So that's already in my library. And again, you guys can create your own as well. So yeah, you can certainly have that, and you know, you can take the height of it and customize the height for sure, and even the width, right? I mean, you can to a certain point, it's not going to be a problem. But what happens is it stretches everything. So now this is going to be wider than what you might want it to look. So in that case, you're going to have to create a custom window when it comes to that kind of stuff, which really is not that difficult. But anyways, that's a topic for another time. So I'm going to copy and paste this because we've got another one that's pretty much identical on this side here. I do have a window well here. If you look at the house, you can see that there's a window well, but that's because they have I guess a large room and they want a lot of light in there. And again, if we had time, I would create that larger window and put the window well in properly, just like a walkout basement. There's a lot of ways that you can create that walkout basement, or the depth on the windows and whatnot. So Stefan just texted me. Stefan, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but we got an extension on the time from Zoom, so no worries there. So anyways, we're getting pretty close here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do this section here for a second, just so that we can get relatively close to what the house is supposed to look like. So I'm going to go. So we've got this now. I'm going to pull this out here. So we got this. We don't need a roof line on that, so we're going to get rid of the roof pitch, get rid of the trim. Again, if you guys look at the house, it's a wood entrance that they have there. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to recreate that wood entrance by using, let me see, we use some deck and fence. We use a deck and fence. Again, just so that we can match the existing posts, I'm going to use wood 44. So yeah, I mean, it's all relative, right? I mean, if you go wood 44 for the post, you're going to use wood 44 for the inside trim, whatever you want. whatever you want to call that. So we're going to do that like that. Going to raise the walls wall height to so that it's underneath the overhang. So if you look at the house again, you'll see that now we have that background, which is all wood. You can change the style of the the angle of the wood. I mean, just to kind of match the house a little bit. So it's 90 degrees, and the size is probably a little bit smaller. Now you could get into further detail by cutting this out and doing all that stuff. But really when it comes down to presentation, it's not going to affect the look of what you're trying to achieve when it comes to showing your clients, you know, that you're actually paying attention to the detail of the house. But you're not going to see this kind of thing, right? Depending on where you take the pictures. So now you've got this, you can add a door. Again, if you've got custom doors, great. There's a lot you can download from 3D Warehouse and add them to your library, you know, and apparently it's free to do so. So I can't sell that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to be putting this on my website. But I do have a lot of stuff that's custom made that I will put on my website. So anyway, this is fairly close to the door that the client has. It's taller, so we're going to add some height there. It's a little bit more of an impressive house or entrance than the average door. And again, you look at the background here, you can see the wood grain. We don't want to see that, so we're going to edit the materials. So depending on which texture you end up with, you can bring that a little bit darker. I think that's the one that we need. Nope, it's not. So we're going to go back. It's probably this one or this one. Let's see if it's that one there. That's the only thing I hate about this here. Nope, still not. Crap. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, maybe it's this one here, blue. Let's go dark. There we go. Now you don't have that background texture. So we're getting pretty close to what the house actually looks like. We got some problems here. We need to, again, I'm going to grab both of these at the same time, and then we can edit the materials on both of them. We got that ugly color right there. We're going to turn that into black. So now the windows are all kind of the same. Let's see. The roof is pretty good. I think we're getting there. Didn't add the chimney yet. So what I'd like to do with the chimney is just use this. Again, go straight across. And I don't know if you guys have problems with the retaining wall tool. When you come to the end of what you want, just right click instead of trying to end it any other way. If you right click, it just stops right there, and you don't get that funny bump out or it's that little additional section that you don't want. And then yeah, you can put whatever height you want on this. So you can bring your height up to whatever. It's just a little bit past the peak of the house, so I go like that, somewhere around there. I'm gonna go a little bit wider, not quite that wide. And again, we're going to select the same materials, copy and paste. Now we got the chimney in there. That's pretty much looking like what the house is supposed to look like. So if you want to really get into detail, again, this is stuff that I'm going to be putting on my website too later on. But I have other items that you might want to add. Other people think it's dumb or not necessary, but I kind of like detail. But you know, if you want to put in eaves troughs, hey, put in eaves troughs. If you feel it's necessary to do that, then do that. And if you don't, then don't. There's other people who don't think it's necessary, but if you need to know where downspouts are and whatnot, and you want to be detailed, then go ahead and do that. There's nothing wrong with being accurate when it comes to certain items. So you get, I have a set here as well. You can, you know, bring it up. If client needs to know where the downspouts are going to be, well, give it to them. Who cares? Looks a little high, doesn't matter. Again, you can forget the scale evenly, and you can bring the height down to whatever you want. Right? Simple. If your roof line's at 12 feet, there you go. There. See, now the client knows where that is too. So anyways, this is pretty much it when it comes to how to build a house. You guys got any questions? Fire away.